recording? We good? Yeah. Hey. Hi. What up? Good? Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? It's Justin, one half of the Second City Podcast, here to let you in on a little secret. The secret is that this podcast is sponsored by Anchor. And if you ever heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. So sit back and let me explain. It's free, guys. That's right, you've heard me. It is free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so we can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So do yourself a favor right now. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started now. Welcome. This is the Second City Podcast. I am your host, Justin.
What's up, fuckers? It's Andrew.
Oh dear. Andrew, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good today, but you know what? I'm kind of scared. Can we get into like the shooting the shit segment real quick?
Yeah, let's shoot the shits.
You ever look at your Johnson, and then you're like, I don't really remember that vein there, and you're like, it was probably always there. I just never noticed it. But then you start thinking about it more. It's like, well, it's looking kind of like reddish or purplish. Like, is that okay? And then you start spiraling into this like headspace where you think you're gonna lose your Jimmy, your penis. You ever?
I kind of noticed that too. Like maybe it's like as you get older with age, your veins start to be a little bit more showing on your dick. And but yet again, I don't really look at my dick that much to notice like how many veins are there or not.
So you don't look at it when you're pissing?
I mean, I do, but I don't examine it. I don't make sure that that the veins are in color. What color is it supposed to be anyways? Blue? I don't know.
I don't know. It's penis colored vein. I don't know.
Does it hurt when you pee?
No.
Okay, so I think you're fine. I think maybe you just have too much testosterone
going. No. It wasn't. I'm not asking that question for me. I'm asking that question for my friend.
Oh.
Yeah. My friend.
Maybe his penis has the COVID.
Fuck. I mean, that's so bad for him. I'm gonna have to let him know.
You're gonna have to let him know that he's got to stay away from the blowjobs during this COVID era.
Okay, so wasn't there like something on our agenda?
As we quickly switch the story. Yes, we do. We actually have a promo from a podcast called I Know It's Not Real, but That Has to Hurt. And that is hosted by Kevin and Stephanie. And it is a wrestling podcast. So let's take a little time and listen to their promo now.
Hey, that's Stephanie.
And that's Kevin.
And we host a little wrestling podcast we like to call
I Know It's Not Real, but That Had to Hurt.
With new episodes every Saturday, we discuss all the things we love and hate about wrestling, the wrestling universe, and everything that goes into it.
We cover news, rumors, we make pay-per-view picks, and every week we do a new, unique Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, like who's the most influential people ever in wrestling?
Even when we watched it yesterday,
yeah,
I still got goosebumps.
I remember, and you were still yelling at them to do stuff and not to do stuff. I was like, you've seen this match like 5 times. I know, but still.
Or the top 4 best matches ever.
I didn't like Hulk Hogan, and even I tried ripping my shirts off when I was a kid. Or how about when we did the best talk show segments?
He is the most amazing instigator
Oh, yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, because
He knew how to get under people's skin.
yes,
Oh, and at some point, one or both of us will go off on some type of tangent about something that annoys us about the industry today.
You mean like Andrade, Apollo Crews. How many times have we seen them wrestle?
like 10,000 times.
And now they're going to wrestle on a pay-per-view. What makes it special? Or
He is the most boring wrestler in the history of the sport.
You can't see me, but I'm shaking my head vigorously.
She's not.
Yes.
No, she's nodding her head in a yes movement because she knows I'm right.
Yeah, like that.
I feel like that's the best part. We get upset about something and then make everyone else listen to us complain about it.
So subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts, or follow us on Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And that means we're back. we are back. We are back. So again, the podcast. I know it's not real, but that has to hurt. You can find that podcast on Apple, Google, wherever you listen to. And go find them. Go search for them. Rate them 5 stars. Subscribe to them, and just keep listening to them. But let's just get into our show, Andrew. For those who do not know, we all have real jobs because sometimes podcasting, you just don't make money. And
I don't even make money with my real job.
okay, well then we might need to look into that. And I don't want to go into detail of what you do, but you are involved in the schooling aspects. And the schools in Illinois, some have started. This past week, in my household, school has started, and we are doing the virtual learning. For my oldest, who's in high school, it's a lot easier for him. But for my little one, who's in first grade, the parents don't have any idea what the fuck they're doing when it comes to any of the technology, when it comes to the apps, when it comes to logging into these apps. I don't know if they understand that when they are on Zoom, if that mic is not muted, we can hear everything they say. Because for this past week, all I heard was from the moms, Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. They say, why do I have to do this? I'm not a teacher. And there are multiple, just a bunch of, they are really irritated about the whole concept of this virtual teaching. How is it on your end, on your field? How is it? Any issues like that?
Okay, so the last thing I need is for people to find out who I really am, because then I'm sure that will end up, getting me in trouble with my job or whatever. So I'm not going to say what school I work for. I'm not going to say what type of students I work with, and I'm not going to say any names or anything. But I will tell you this: not all parents are stupid, but a lot of parents are fucking dumb. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like I hope to God I never get so old or like whatever that I start not realizing how to use like how to troubleshoot a fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I have a parent that's saying she has trouble logging in to her child's account, like, through their computer. Every kid has a computer, like, so they have their personal computer at home or whatever, the child's computer at home. It's like, all you gotta do is put in the username, put in the password, and you're in.
Yes.
And like, that's all you gotta fucking do. Like, there's literally no trouble in that. Like, if she were to be like, hey, I put in the username and it's saying it's wrong, or blah blah blah, that'd be understandable. But all she says is, I'm having issues logging in. Bitch. And I can't say bitch because it's a woman. I'm saying bitch like you fucking dumbass. Like, come on. It cannot be that hard.
It's so bad. Okay, our school, for my little one, the teacher, and I'm assuming maybe all the teachers do it, I'm not sure, but this teacher, his first grade teacher, has every single link they sent to their main like hub of where they kind of go, where they meet every morning, and they have links for every like different teacher that they have to go to on certain days, how to get into the Zoom call. So all they gotta do is you go to that link page, you click what teacher you have to go to, and you just accept that Zoom call, and that's it. But yet, for some strange reason, and it's like they're all, I mean, all the moms are at home. Like, that's just the way it is in this class. Like, all the moms are at home. There's one dad that I've seen, but he just, like, his son is pretty self-sufficient, so he just does his own thing. But it's all moms, and they all have issues, like, trying to log in when the fucking teacher sent you the link. You just tap on the link, and it gives you to the next page, and then you accept it, and that's it. But and they all have issues.
And you want to know what the fucking funny part is? Like, all these dumb assholes are like, oh, this generation's gonna be stupid because blah, 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 because they're being raised on computers and shit. And it's like, no, they're gonna be stupid because they have fucking dumbass parents. That's why they're gonna be stupid. Like, these parents can't handle doing the simplest fucking thing. That's why these kids are gonna be stupid.
And it's really strange because you would think that, I feel like as if a lot of parents are on, like, maybe they're not. I just assume that, you know, with technology the way it is, that these parents are like on their phones and they know how to work their phones, where they be able to like work an iPad at home for school. And even when the teacher legit says, follow as easy as I possibly could for you guys, there shouldn't be any issues. But then there's issues. Now, I'm not downing all the parents that are in this, that are listening to this. I'm just saying there has to be some common sense in this world for us to somewhat survive. And if you think as an older individual that the kids nowadays are going to be fucking idiots, they're not, because it just shows that like technology is and will always be the wave of the future, and they just need to get past that.
I mean, so like, I hate the term common sense because that was like used a lot like against me, but I do understand where you're coming from. It's all literally just learning how to be able to be proactive and how to troubleshoot. Like people will come to me with a question about something that I've never had the experience to like learn how to fix. But I'm like, you know what? Okay, give it to me. And then I sit there and then I figure out, and they're like, oh, you knew how to do it? And it's like, no, I didn't know how to fucking do it. But I just sat there and I tried. So yeah, like I'm not downing, like you said, I'm not downing every parent. There's tons of parents that got their shit together, and it's really awesome to see. Like from my side of the screen, it's really awesome to see that these parents are like when their kids start having a behavior or whatever, the parents jump on that shit and they're like, hey, like you're not gonna be talking that way, or whatever. It's awesome to see. But there's just a lot of fucking dumb parents out there, and it's like ugh.
You feel bad for the kids.
Yeah, I do, because they didn't have to get born by a pair of fucking dummies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. But I'm sure as the months go on, we will have multiple stories of this, and we might just have to make a segment called "Dumb Parents in School." Who knows? I don't know. But let's take a little pause for the cause. Roll this little promo that we got. A little joint. Okay, joint. We'll roll the joint. We'll roll the promo, and then we'll come back and get to our topics of the day. Have you ever felt like a sloth, going about your day extremely slow, not getting much accomplished? Well, have no fear, because I, Justin, am here to give you a swift kick in your ass. I have partnered with Rep Sports, the creators of the Raz Energy drink, and we have partnered to come up with an exclusive offer to all my listeners. If you visit repsports.com and you make a purchase, if you put in a discount code KFP, you will receive 15% off of your purchase. Again, visit repsports.com. Once you make your final purchase, put in this promo code KFP and you will get an additional 15% off your total. And that, my friend, is how I'm going to get your ass moving. And we're back without a burp.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a burp this time.
So let's get into our topics. We went a little old school, back to the basics of what we started when we started this podcast, and that was just kind of reading some strange, interesting stories that we discovered on Reddit. So I thought it'd just be a little fun to kind of a little throwback and see what was on Reddit. And there was a lot of interesting, strange stories. But there was a couple that has caught my eye. So do you want to take the first one or you want to take the second one?
I'll do the first one because the second one, like the first one's funny. Hold on.
I will hold on to my
like this, like what's this thing called again? Reddit.
Yes.
I am significantly younger than you, and you know how to navigate Reddit way better than I do. Okay, I think I got it this time.
Okay.
So get this.
We'll find out.
This is the title of the article.
Okay.
Brazilian supermarket covers a deceased worker's body with umbrellas to keep the store open. Would you want to just like say a little bit about that before I read the actual body of the article?
So the title?
Yeah.
The I just let's just get into the story because the title itself is very much self-explanatory. Okay. But we need to get into the meat and bones of this story.
Okay, get this. On August 18th, a 53-year-old salesman suffered a heart attack and died while working at the Carrefour supermarket in Recife, Brazil. I'm Spanish. I should be able to know how to pronounce it. I feel bad. The body was covered with umbrellas and surrounded by boxes, beer crates, and makeshift sidings during the 4 hours while the establishment continued to function. The company released a statement saying it changed the guidelines for rare situations like this, including the mandatory closing of the store, to bring more sensitivity and respect when dealing with fatalities. And that's the end of it. That's the end of the article.
So, basically, if you die
in Brazil,
fuck you. We have a business to run. Walk around the dead body. Basically.
It's really funny because it's like that's just how I sort of see people in general, as like that, like crass and like callous. You know what I mean? Like they're willing to just people hate people. Humans are just self-destructive. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that there is an announcement in the store that hey, attention customers, just so you know, in aisle 4 there is a dead man. He is covered with umbrellas. Just make sure you walk around him. Please continue to shop, and we have a special on cheese.
No, they were probably like, hey, like they probably like framed it as like a sales thing, like for their umbrellas, like a discount on umbrellas, you know. They probably sold a lot of umbrellas or something. I don't know.
Buy one umbrella, get one free. I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah, and someone ended up taking it like off the body.
They're like, oh shit, this must be the body they're talking about. Or
God,
buy an umbrella, a case of beer, and get a dead man's body for free.
Can you imagine being that guy? Like, I'm dying, and then everyone's like, shh, shh, and they start like putting umbrellas on him. Shh.
He like tape his mouth so he shuts up. It's fucking murder. This like he could have been saved, but this store like legit murdered this guy. He could have been saved.
Don't go dying in Brazil.
Brazilians. No, don't go dying in Brazil. That is for sure. It's really sad. I mean, can you imagine calling the family, the wife of this lovely man? He's here. He's there to like make extra money for his grandkids so they can go get some ice cream, and he's stocking the whatever, was it beer or whatever, and he just fucking dies, and they gotta call his wife and be like, hey, your husband's dead. He's laying in the aisle. He's covered in umbrellas. Don't worry. When the store closes, you can come get him.
Okay, now let's see that. Let's see this from the other point of view. Let's say this guy was a real asshole, right? Let's say,
okay.
Let's say he's a big piece of shit, and then he died, and everybody was like, "Huh? Do you want to do it?" Nah, I don't want to do it. He's an asshole. Well, let's just cover him up until the store closes. Let someone else figure it out. So
that is so true. That you could be right. He was probably a fucking dick.
But I don't want to say anything because he probably could have been a very nice guy. I don't know.
Well, we're playing devil's advocate. He could have been a fucking dick. So if he was a fucking dick, then he deserves it. If he wasn't, then he doesn't deserve it. But for this supermarket to change its policy to decipher like when they should actually close the store. So when should this store close? If an individual dies in the store, it's okay to stay open. When are they? So, when did they close?
Okay,
Never then. I mean, that.
So they released a statement after the fact. So it took a man literally dying in the store for them to be like, hey, we should probably not have dead people in the store. You know, maybe we should shut it down.
Oh my God, that is so sad in so many ways. But maybe this next story will brighten the maybe possibly.
No, not at all. What?
No. Okay. Well, you never know. No, actually, we don't know.
If this brightens somebody's day, then they deserve to die.
Exactly. So, this was published August 20th. Kentucky man tries to sell 4-year-olds for $2,500 at gas station. Yikes. The suspect and the child's mother allegedly told police they'd been using meth, which is interesting. So Kentucky State Police have charged a 29-year-old man with promoted child trafficking, accusing him of trying to sell a 4-year-old boy for $2,500 at a gas station. Harry Day was arrested Sunday after... Yeah, Harry Day. Was arrested Sunday after police responded to reports of a man trying to sell African-American child at a Speedy Mart in Corbin, Kentucky. A 911 caller described Day's car and license plate, and police said they found the white Nissan parked along Spider Creek Road. State troopers found the boy at his mother's house along with some big long word, and drug paraphernalia. She was identified as Gertrude Henson, 26 years old. Police said both Day and Henson told officers they'd been using meth. Day was charged with promoting human trafficking and driving under the influence. He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor trafficking charge at his arraignment Monday and was sentenced to 1 year in jail, according to Kentucky-based. Police arrested Henson on drug charges and 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor. She is due back in court August 25th, according to Knox County Detention Center. Authorities say human trafficking, also known as modern-day slavery, interesting, occurs in every state. Most of the victims are children, and more than 3/4 of them are female. There were at least 136 human trafficking cases reported last year in Kentucky. What's going on in Kentucky?
Apparently,
That's
a lot of kid fucking.
Seriously, according to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, which tracks the numbers in each state. On a federal level, the Justice Department secured convictions against 475 human traffickers in 2019, according to the State Department's annual Trafficking in Persons report. Of those, 454 involved sex trafficking and only 21 involved labor. So I'm going to attach this link to our Twitter account and as well as the podcast page because the two individuals, Harry Day and the Gertrude Henson, they, my friends, are possibly the most scariest individuals I've seen in my life.
Is it because they're white?
No, it's not because they're white. It's just they just look scary.
Oh, that big word, by the way, is methamphetamine.
Oh,
so, meth.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
no
you
problem.
for laying that. So, I brought this up because A, it's really kind of fucked up. B, have you heard about that whole Wayfair thing?
Yeah, I don't know if it's bullshit or not. My whole thing is like, if you're gonna sell a kid, I feel like $2,500 like isn't really all that much. Like that's a human, you know what I mean? Like is a human really that cheap? $2,500?
Apparently, I guess so. And it's very and listen, where did they find these black boys? They were both white. Where did they find them? They kidnap them?
I'm sure they kidnap them, yeah, or maybe they're family friends, or what's I think I saw like a Lifetime movie something like that where it's like about this lady who like sold her own kid or whatever, and it's like some parents out there are fucking that disgusting that they'll sell their own children for some money.
It's gross.
For some
it's absolutely gross. Yeah, and obviously, I also want to bring this up because there's so much shit going on nowadays with the sex trafficking and that whole what's her name, Chrissy Teigen, right?
Yeah.
No,
I have no idea, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what was her and her tweets that she posted many years ago talking about young girls and stuff. So I think it's sad that we live in a this time frame where these kids are. I mean, obviously it's been around for a very long time, but now with social media and such, it's definitely being overly exposed, and there's some crazy ass motherfuckers in this world.
Did we talk about this on the last episode? Because I feel like I've had this conversation with you before.
We have never had this conversation before.
Okay, so someone asked me, they were like, do you think that we're figuring everything out? Do you think that we're slowly uncovering all like the secrets of people in power and Hollywood and all that shit, whatever? They said, what do you think? And I'm like, no. Like, can you hold a secret? Like, if I were to tell you a secret, can you hold it? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All you would have to do is never tell someone. Now imagine you had millions and millions of dollars and you had people working for you. You can hide any fucking secret you wanted by any means, you know what I mean? I think it's my personal opinion that what we know now is what they want us to know. They're giving us a little bit, like slack on the leash or whatever, and make us think, we're smart, we figured it out, we're in power, but they're always going to be in power, and they're always going to have their secrets, and we're never going to know about it.
Nope. So that's like the fucked up thing about it.
So
it's
this
like, it's like I had this conversation with my wife and her sister, and we were talking about this kind of stuff, and I said, like, unfortunately, there's too many people in power that have money, and as much as I think like Ashton Kutcher is like him and like a bunch of like celebrities are like really going hard on trying to stop, child trafficking, which is great, which is good. But I also feel like regardless, as hard as they try, that they might not be successful because there's too many powerhouse individuals in that type of environment.
Like, to me, the only feasible way to end all this shit, and it's gonna sound like a joke, because it basically is. It's a joke. It's a joke now, but it wasn't a joke. Like 300 years ago or whatever. Like, everyone needs to pick up a fucking gun, go to like every government official and fucking assassinate them, kill everyone in power, and then we need to start all over again. Because as far as we have this system in place, the system that's been existing for hundreds of years, nothing's ever going to change. And it sounds like a joke because it basically is. Like, because no one has the fucking balls to do it. Everyone can complain that the system is rigged, that everyone above us is power hungry and racist and a piece of shit, but no one's willing to do what needs to be done. In my mind, that's what needs to be done.
Yeah, I just think that people just become complacent with the way things are. Like, they will voice their views and their opinions, but they're not going to put any of their views into action. They're not going to put it into motion. They just rather sit back and bitch about it and not do anything about it. That's just the way I think. I think that there isn't that many people, and obviously people do attempt to change something, but they always get blocked by the government or whoever, some type of authority. They always get, so it would take like millions of us to actually try to change the way the rules are set for us.
I'm definitely on a list somewhere. I know that for a fact. I know.
If you don't hear from us in like a month or in a couple weeks, it's been a pleasure. It's enjoy our log of podcasts of episodes, because we might be dead, or we might be captured and taken into some abandoned warehouse and bent over and fucked by a 12-inch dildo.
You know what's? I've always wanted to know what it feels like to get waterboarded. So maybe they'll do that for me.
You can ask for it. I'd rather just take something in my ass.
Of course you would. And then this is where you like shout out a link to that other episode.
Yeah. So real quick before we end this, number one, what is in those fucking balloons where they're still up?
What is in them?
Yeah, it's been almost a month since your birthday, and those balloons are still floating.
They're not floating. They're taped to the ceiling. It's just air in there.
Oh.
I want to see how long they can go. I mean, it doesn't really bother me,
No, that's fine. I just want to know, like, what the whole time you're talking, I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck is in those balloons that they're still afloat? So anyway, so we used to have a little segment called Douchebag of the Week in our previous episodes, and there was one story, one individual that caught my eye when I was going through some things on Reddit. There was an individual that robbed a grocery store, got some lottery tickets, won on one of these lottery tickets to scratch offs. He then went back to the same grocery store that he robbed to claim his fucking prize, and he ended up getting arrested there. If you rob a grocery store and you get lottery tickets, scratch offs, and you win, why would you want to go back to this exact same grocery store to claim your prize?
I guess why that dumbass is the douchebag of the week.
Exactly. Oh, so stupid. So stupid. But hey, that's the show. We are working on some stuff for the near future. Some very exciting things. some ideas and such that is going to be more interactive with our listeners. But you will just have to be patient and wait for those special announcements, right, Andrew?
I'm not going to say anything. All I'm going to say is veiny penis. I had to bring it back. I had to bring back the veiny penis.
Well, your friend might need to get that checked out.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go see the doctor.
Okay, sounds good.
No, I'm joking.
Well, then, on that note, I am Justin.
And I'm Andrew.
With the vein in his penis.
I was
and
joking.
This is the Second City Podcast. Enjoy your fucking day, guys, and we will see you next time. Thank you for listening to the Second City Podcast. If you're listening to this on Apple, please leave us a nice review. Rate us 5 stars. It would be greatly appreciated. Regardless of what app you're listening to this fine podcast on, leave us a rating. Leave us a review. All right? Let everybody know that this podcast is the shit. Thank you very much. We appreciate you listening, and we will talk to you guys very, very soon.